81 degrees and sunny in downtown Louisville, Kentucky, home of the reigning USL Cup champion, Louisville City FC. They're just off first place in the Eastern Conference, and tonight's pregame brought to you by Four Roses Bourbon. They welcome 11th place Penn FC, who with 3 points on the night would go as high as 5th place in the Eastern Conference. With Matt Stubbington, Mike Watson, Louisville City doing all this in spite of injuries all over their lineup.
They're a good team, so it's not really doing it with smoke and mirrors, but somehow, some way, James O'Connor has found a way to get his team winning, even though he's dealing with adversity with injuries to key players. The Penn FC, they're doing a really good job on the season. They have got back-to-back wins for the first time this year. They've got people scoring goals from all over the pitch. They've got talented players in the midfield. It's going to be a really good, interesting matchup for tonight.
We'll show you the lineups when we come back. Penn FC making 6 changes to a group that have won their last 2 games, have only lost 1 of their last 7, but they have never won away to Slugger Field. This would be their crowning achievement of the year. For Louisville City, still alive in the Open Cup, and this presents a massive 3-point opportunity in the league. It's Lou City and Penn FC coming up next.
Toyota is coming back to Kentucky Speedway to defend all 3 titles won last year. July 12th through the 14th. Register to win 4 tickets to this year's Quaker State 400 at your Kentuckiana Toyota dealers, with 2 winners drawn every week. And check out all the new Toyotas built in the USA, including Camry, official pace car of Kentucky Speedway. Lease this 2018 Camry now with 0 due at signing for $309 a month. Toyota, let's go places.
Have a great business concept or invention but don't know how to turn it into something tangible? The U of L MBA program can teach you the business skills needed to turn a great idea into a great business. You'll be taught by faculty who are also serial entrepreneurs and investors, and will gain great connections in the entrepreneurial community. If you're serious about taking your idea to the next level, visit uoflmba.com to learn more. Bring your business vision to life with an entrepreneurship MBA from the University of Louisville.
The spring sales event is going on now at Commonwealth Dodge Ram. A new 18 Ram 1500 pickup, now just $21,988 or buy for $269 a month. A new 18 Ram Bighorn 4x4, discounted $12,000 off MSRP at Commonwealth Dodge Ram.
My family has a history of civil service, and when I was medically retired from the military, I knew that I needed to continue my service to this country. Through Sullivan University's paralegal program, starting this next chapter of my life has been easy. Enrolling and signing up for my classes has been simple, and all of their professors have been more than willing to work with me at every turn. Sullivan University is helping me continue my service to this country.
At Commonwealth Dodge Ram, get a new 2018 Dodge Journey for $16,988 or buy for $198 a month. A new 18 Grand Caravan, $22,988 or buy for $279 a month. Commonwealth Dodge Ram, right on Preston and always right on the price. Go to CommonwealthDodge.com.
Absolute scorcher in downtown Louisville. Welcome back to Slugger Field. Louisville City set to take on Penn FC in just a couple moments' time. Matt Stubbington alongside Mike Watts with you for Lou City. Not a ton of surprises, but again, no Cameron Lancaster, dislocated shoulder, not on the bench, and no Luke Spencer, out 6 weeks due to knee surgery.
Well, then you have to look at Ilya Illich up top, and it's so important that he does a good job tonight for Lou City. He's a talented player. He can score goals. He's very talented. And he's very calm. Think back to the game against Atlanta United 2. He stepped up and scored the game-winning penalty kick in stoppage time. So he's calm in front of the net, but his teammates need to get up and help him.
And all those numbers in just 440 minutes, 12th on the team. For Penn FC, 6 changes to their starting order. They rotate a lot.
Well, it's very nice that you can rotate players, and they've had some good results as well. So they're keeping the consistency and continuity within the team because they are rotating the squad. You look in the midfield, though, part of that rotation and consistency is Menjivar. Talented player, really good on the dribble, great vision, and a really important player for what Penn FC do.
His 11th start in the team's 14th game this year. Let's take a look at tonight's keys to the game. They're powered by Kentucky Lottery, who remind you that lottery proceeds fund college scholarship and grant programs, including every dollar of the popular Keys Scholarship Program, Matt.
Well, for Lou City FC, if you get the first one right, the second one should come. But you've got to get the spacing right, understand the gaps between the lines, and then get up the field together to support Illich. Penn FC, start fast and set the tone. Put the pressure on the home team, but beware the long diagonal ball because Lou City love to switch the point of attack quickly.
So GE Appliances welcomes you into the broadcast, and we welcome you field level alongside Matt Stubbington, Mike Watts. Lou City 7-2-2 on the year. They have 3 games in hand on FC Cincinnati, who sit 4 points clear of them for first place in the USL's Eastern Conference. For Penn FC, if you get 3 points tonight, you're sitting on 20. All of a sudden, Matt, you're sitting in 5th. For Penn FC, you feel really confident, but you don't have any wins like going on the road to Louisville. They've never won here. It's been a really lopsided goal differential. How do you find a way to get a win here tonight beyond the keys we've spoken about? How do you figure this out?
Well, you have to put the pressure on the home team, and yeah, that was one of the keys, but it really is so important for Penn FC tonight to set the tone. If they can put some pressure on against a team that is facing adversity with key players out with injury, it is going to make sure that they start the game on the right foot and then can continue. And so some rain falling on the fans. Hopefully they'll not get too wet out there, but make interesting to see how that affects the game with the conditions. But we'll see how things go.
If you're watching the World Cup, you heard Sochi was a little bit hot, in the 80s and humid. It's 90 degrees in Louisville, Kentucky. It's supposed to be a good one tonight. Penn FC on their best run of the year to this point. Lou City second in the Eastern Conference. We're underway from Slugger Field. This portion of tonight's game brought to you by Toyota. Let's go places, and going places early. Penn FC puts it in. It's Lucky M. Kosana's first since 2013 for Penn FC.
Well, we said they had to set the tone. They did that. They win the ball in the midfield. It's never dealt with. Paco Craig doesn't deal with that bouncing ball. And Kosana just stays with it. Runs past Craig, strong in the challenge. Ranjitsingh doesn't get a handle on it. And somehow Lucky puts it in the back of the net with the right peg. Beautifully done, falling to the ground. Patient to just put that right leg out and put it into the back of the net. And the worst possible start for Lou FC.
All right, I'll say it. That is the most shocking start to a game I've seen all year long, and I've watched a lot of them. Wow. Well, Matt, right on the money. Penn FC, over these last 7 games, have 2 wins against Toronto FC2, win against Richmond, and a win against the Rowdies at FMB Field. The Rowdies, at that point, hadn't won any games on the road. They don't have a crowning win. This is a massive moment for them. It's the attack on through Opoku. Opoku cutting it across. It's near Swahi. Matosh off of Opoku for a goal kick.
And leading to the goal, Lou City FC were pushing up. So normally the defenders would be a little bit more connected than they were. Paco Craig just misread the bounce of the ball, and Tosh and Suhai weren't in position to pinch in behind to cover up. And Akasani just ran through beautifully, strong on the finish, as we said. When you're a team that's facing adversity, as Lou City have done, boys in purple, the 2 leading goal scorers are out. The important thing is not to panic. They know that they have players that can score. Generally, they don't really rely on, Lancaster scored a bunch of goals, Spencer scores a bunch of goals, but they don't necessarily rely on those 2 players to get the goals for them. They do score by committee.
I spoke with James O'Connor this week, who's led Louisville City each of their 3 and plus now change years in the league. It's quick to point out the stat that everyone talked about at the end of last year. Every field player scored for Louisville City. Trying to underscore that they'll figure out a way to get through this. It may just be another couple days for Lancaster. It'll be minimum 6 weeks for Luke Spencer before he comes back from that knee surgery he underwent successfully earlier this week. And speaking with the staff, maybe there's a hope if they're able to find a non-cup tied American play a role moving forward in the U.S. Open Cup. At least give them a little bit more depth. This launched out of play by the captain on the night, Kenny Tribbett. Thiago Calvano did not make the trip, unavailable for Penn FC. The 37-year-old not on the bench. Rasmussen goes down. Here comes Opoku. Penn FC looking extraordinarily dangerous in the early going as Tosh catches up. Ownby. Illich dragging his run, trying to stay onside. Jimenez for Ownby. It slid all the way through. Flag is up. And Sean Lewis is on it, out of Oakland University by way of transfer from Western Michigan. I think Oakland University, and the first goalkeeper that comes to mind is probably Mitch Hildebrandt, former FC Cincinnati, currently Atlanta United. This is Lewis's 4th start of the season. Place of Romu Peiser, the 38-year-old Frenchman, finds himself off the 18 on the night, despite a phenomenal start to the year. Bounces into midfield. The overlap is on up the right-hand side. Through Smith. Rasmussen leads. By the way, it's worth noting, chance of precipitation on the day, 1%. See a couple raindrops right off the bat.
So there's a couple of raindrops. Does that change it from 1 to 100%?
I'm not an odds maker. Ownby stepping forward. Chips it out toward Illich. Rasmussen on the run. Lined it into the purple family behind the goal on Preston Street.
Neither team have really dealt with the bouncing ball in the early going. It didn't come fall kindly for Rasmussen going away from the goal. Argument there for Hawkins have deflected that one out for a corner kick. Rasmussen trying to get his hips around, unable to do so.
Glides wide off of Isaac Osei. Raul Voss picks it up. First season at the helm for Penn FC. Side that last year were known as the Harrisburg City Islanders. The more famed USL teams over the years. One that went over a complete brand overhaul with Rush Soccer taking over. Foul conceded by Louisville. It belongs to Penn in the attacking half.
Ownby never really got position on the challenge there. Good work by Penn FC to win the ball. Franco on the challenge with Ownby.
Ball bounces out toward Mohammed. Now launched from distance, nothing doing there. Fly out of play for a goal kick. Some early audio difficulties with a field mic we have on the field, trying to get those figured out as we move forward. A little bit of wind and a little bit of rain, and all of a sudden microphones go a little bit afray. I'm just saying I didn't pack any rain gear myself, if that makes sense. Tosh lobs it out.
Well, we're undercover, so we're good.
Yeah. Throw coming deep in the attacking half here for Harry Hawkins. Hawkins. Salim Mohammed. Select is the official soccer ball of the USL. For the latest Select products, special offers, selectsportamerica.com. Ownby trying to cut back, goes down in the area. Another player slips. Illich sending it across. The shot is in! Paolo Del Piccolo with a bullet! The captain responds for Louisville City. And it's a goal presented by Kentucky Lottery, fueling imagination, funding education, the Kentucky Lottery.
It all starts from the effort from Ownby, getting up quickly, winning the ball in the midfield. Slips on the challenge, gets it to Illich. Illich can't take the shot, but he knows who can. He just lays it back. Coming back, looks up, sees his captain coming, calmly passes it beautifully. And the thunder goes into the back of the net. Beautifully done by Paco Craig. So easily you can blast those over the crossbar, but captain made no mistake.
Del Piccolo, the goal for Louisville City. And Del Piccolo, a huge goal for Louisville.
There's Del Piccolo. I'm sorry, that was my bad. Either way, it is the captain that scores. Fantastic strike. Huge moment early in the match.
Louisville trying to break through again here. Ball winds out for a throw.
Throw in to Penn FC. On the right flank. Louisville win it back, playing it out, trying to find Smith on the right wing. Rasmussen continues his run. Good defense there by Penn FC in the left back position.
Rasmussen to throw for Louisville.
Ownby on the throw in, gets it from Rasmussen. Looking for support, finds it with Tosh. Tosh sending it in. The header, the goal! Ilya Illich with the goal for Lou City FC. The goal brought to you by Kentucky Lottery. Lou City FC goal presented by Kentucky Lottery. Fueling imagination, funding education. Kentucky Lottery.
How about Ilya Illich finding himself in the middle of the field? Matt, I'm going to try your job. Tosh, that's a wonderful bending ball. And Illich looks like he's been playing center forward all season long. He's out in front. He knocks the ball down. Jake Bond not touch tight. And Ilya Illich, a phenomenal finish when his team needs him most.
Came off the throw and it was beautifully done. The weighted ball in by Tosh was fantastic. And then the movement of Illich by just taking himself away from the defender for a moment and found himself in acres of space.
If you're Penn FC, you scored 30 seconds into this match. Is there more here? There isn't for the moment. And now you find yourself down 13 minutes in. This is, I thought the start was remarkable.
It's been a really exciting first 12 and a half minutes of this game. But we've seen it from the home team before. Going back to the Bethlehem Steel game, they scored 3 goals in less than 10. So Lou City FC do have the ability to score in bunches. Maybe conceding that goal from M. Kasana so early in the match was the wake-up call that Lou City needed to get on the ball and find a way to compete in this match, and boy, have they done so.
Hawkins up the line. M. Kasana trying to move forward. The former second-round draft pick of the Chicago Fire, spent 2 really strong years in Harrisburg. Ended up with the Rowdies for a couple years most recently. Rasmussen has this deflect out. Now that's what I call efficiency. Kept in play, it's Ken Tribbett who launches, all knotted backward. Metzger in pursuit. The attack is on. Holmby giving chase.
Jake Bond was making sure that he didn't make the same mistake that led to the first goal. Clears that one well out of bounds for the throw-in.
Illich, Del Piccolo again! Over the crossbar. There's blood in the water right now. Louisville trying to expand the 2-1 advantage.
Penn FC, they have to be really careful they don't drop off too far defensively. You see a huge gap just opens up as the back four drop off. The midfield doesn't collapse. And Del Piccolo just in acres of space with a lot of time. Wasn't able to put the shot on target though.
Lines wide. Opoku keeps this in. Strong-willed slide by Kyle Smith to concede the corner kick. This portion of tonight's game brought to you by Republic Bank. Penn FC corner coming in the 16th minute of play. They scored in the first minute. Louisville responding twice. The 9th and the 12th. High arcing caught by Ranjitsingh with Tribbett and Hawkins on the doorstep. Lengthy service upfield. Jimenez could not keep it in. That's as direct as it gets.
That's great distribution by the goalkeeper. Just unlucky that it bounced away from Jimenez. Wasn't able to keep it in bounds. Try to find a way to concede a throw-in deep in the attacking third for Lou City, but wasn't able to do so. It was great vision from Ranjitsingh.
Speedy Williams plays it further. Hawkins lobs and breaking through now. Osei! Did that take a deflection off Swahi? It did. It's a corner on the way. Swahi protecting the goal. That ball ricocheted between his legs.
As Osei went into the box, you could see Tosh couldn't make the challenge because he was in behind. Any touch on the legs of Osei, he would have been going down and would have been a penalty kick for sure.
It's Menjivar who's been quiet. Louisville trying to move numbers the other way. Behind Metzger, cleared by Smith. Off the head of Holmby. Del Piccolo, that long diagonal that they love so much, and Lewis, watch this run out of play. And one thing that I heard from an opposing coach over these last few weeks, that's really the dynamic that Louisville City provides that few other teams in the league do. Makes it all the more difficult when you see it so rarely to try and slow it down. It causes a lot of changes to the way you play.
It does. You have to respect it, so you drop off a bit more defensively, so you try and keep that long diagonal in front of you. But if you drop off defensively to keep it in front of you, you then allow the time and space for the service or for the combination passes in the middle area of the pitch. So it's almost as if you have to pick your poison.
Lucky M. Kosana wide awake, swirling this off the crossbar. He's had a wonderful start to the match. That did take a deflection. It's out for a corner.
I'm wondering here, lovely little touch around Tosh. Tosh putting his head down, trying to get back defensively. And I'm not sure whether this was a shot at a cross or not, but he seemed to steal a little look up. Saw Ranjitsingh off of his line, anticipating the curled cross into the penalty area. Wonder if Lucky was trying to put that one on net.
Menjivar toward Tribbett. Lest we thought that this game wouldn't live up to expectation. You look at the standings and you go, I don't know, but Penn FC has come to play in a big way, and Louisville's responded.
They have a lot of confidence right now.
Oh, Poku. That was swerving off frame, goes untouched.
And this is a good decision from Poku. Just looks up, puts it into that far post area. Sana couldn't get around Jimenez to find a way to touch that ball past Ranjitsingh. He was lurking at the back post.
Ownby on the turn. Watch him glide by. Jimenez. Rasmussen. Couple of slides. Del Piccolo goes in. Commits the foul on Mohammed.
I think Mohammed's very happy throwing his toys out the pram there. It's all a little bit clumsy from Del Piccolo. Mohammed just losing his feet on the challenge.
Bounces towards Smith, comes to Tosh. Opoku in tight quarters, comes away with the ball. Opoku keeping it still, goes to ground, and a foul by Smith. Dangerous spot for a free kick for Penn FC on the way.
Tosh and Smith are really struggling on this right side for Lou City. Not dealing with the pace of the players of Opoku and Kosana.
Menjivar toward the back post. Not a good punch there from Ranjitsingh, but enough.
Referee didn't like the challenge as the ball came in, protecting the goalkeeper, which can be a bit frustrating for those players trying to run in and have a challenge on the ball. But it wasn't the cleanest of punches, but perhaps that's because of the unfair challenge that our referee, Jonathan Belinsky, saw.
I was going to say, well, now we know why. Smith. Williams under pressure. Mohammed slides in. Now a chance. Cutting back. Osei lost it. Now Louisville has numbers going the other direction. Poked ahead by Ownby. Jimenez, long leading touch. Bond trying to cover that area. Ultimately gets a touch to knock it away. Marco Franco backtracking as well. Slide by Craig. Here comes Jimenez. Ownby, certainly the hero against New England Revolution in the Open Cup, round of 32. A goal that's going to reverberate around Louisville, Kentucky for a long time to come.
Special goal in so many ways. One, it was the game winner, but two, it was a fantastic strike.
We thought Sean Tosh's was pretty good in the previous Open Cup round.
Maybe they sit around the locker room singing, anything you can do, I can do better.
For Milic. And Tribbett launches the other way. Kosana has Craig climbing over his back. Smith. Tosh off that Ownby, and this will come to Sean Lewis. The USL's official Twitter feed keeps you up to date. News, live game updates, and highlights from around the league 24/7. Follow at USL. Sawahi goes in on the challenge. This will go out. Some of that news, including USL Division III. It'll be opening play in 2019. Another interview this week from Jake Edwards that made some news. They're looking to get to 12 total teams and getting ready to submit their application for sanctioning this summer. Already they're headed to Georgia and Arizona, South Carolina, and just recently Madison, Wisconsin. The goal is those underserved markets of soccer population. You think forward a couple years to the World Cup, and not everyone's going to get to host the World Cup, but rising tide with all boats, right?
Certainly is. It's the model that the USL has and the way it's been developed and continue to develop with the second division and now the third division. It's really exciting to see, and it's fantastic because you have so many players that now have a different avenue into the sport, continue the sport, and you don't have to go through the traditional, I got to go play college route. Just in the USL, you hear stories of diamonds in the rough that have been found because they have this opportunity at this level.
When you think about the World Cup presentation that they made to FIFA, the United bid, Alphonso Davies, who was playing in USL with Vancouver Whitecaps too last year, is up there for Canada saying, I'm the kind of guy who's going to be playing for Canada in 8 years. It was pretty remarkable to see, to be frank. As a player flies to ground, and it's a free kick for Louisville on the way. Matt Stubbington with me, Mike Watts, 26th minute, and today was a pretty good set of matches too, World Cup.
I was listening to them on the radio coming to the game.
You're over here going, well, England hasn't lost yet, so.
Be thankful for small mercies. I'll say he's remonstrating that he was fouled, but you look at the official on the far sideline, and as the ball went into Ranjitsingh, he indicated no, it definitely wasn't a foul.
No, there's no foul at all. And with the player down, they give it up to Ranjitsingh here. So you know who you're rooting for.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Iceland.
Well, it was a fantastic result for them today. It's a discussion between who's the best player in the world, Messi or Ronaldo. We certainly know who had the better start to the first round.
Bond will let this run. We'll talk about it halftime. Jake Edwards with Alec Papadakis. Statement as soon as the announcement came down from FIFA at the FIFA Congress in Moscow. United bid would be hosting the 2026 World Cup. Flag is up for offside. Stemko Sana. The way it looks right now, the cities closest to Louisville that'll have a chance to host would be Cincinnati and Nashville. Kansas City is up there as well. Penn FC can go down the road to MetLife. Ball out in front for Illich.
Good job there from Tribbett to just track the run, get into the passing lane, put it out for the throw-in. Maybe Illich could have moved laterally along the line of the backs a little bit to open things up for that ball in from Omby.
Wonderful pinging passes. Smith cuts it across. Multiple players go down. Omby keeping. Looking for a little bit more magic like he experienced a couple weeks ago. Wouldn't be on that attempt.
Always going to be difficult to put that one under the crossbar, falling away from the goal as he's trying to put his right foot through the back of the ball. So the results of essentially falling away from your target will do to the flight of the soccer ball.
Mohammed, native of California, played last year San Francisco Deltas. Metzger keeping this alive, if only for a moment. Jitsing on the ground. Popped up by Tribbett. Bounces back to Dan Metzger. Keeping this in at the byline, Hawkins. Swahi plays it out. It's a corner on the way for Penn FC, who have reasserted themselves into the match for the last 15 minutes since their 1-goal lead evaporated and ended up being a 1-goal deficit within 4 minutes' time.
Starting to get it a little bit more balanced in their attack. Penn FC going down the right flank as well as the left flank, leading the game in corner kicks.
Fourth corner for Menjivar. Jimenez. Leading ball, Metzger. Heavy touch. Williams was there. Hawkins kept it. Won't be looking to throw. This ball skitter away. At the half-hour mark, temperatures in the 90s much of the day. Louisville, Kentucky. This portion of today's game is brought to you by Sullivan University. First-minute goal, Lucky M. Kosana off a Louisville turnover. One of the fastest counterattacks in USL all year. Right out of the dressing room for Penn FC. But Del Piccolo in the 9th with a missile and Illich in the 12th. It's their response here. Ball over the top. Unclear to Williams.
Poku looking like he was trying out for the high hurdles. Beautiful footwork and skill to stay on that ball. Couldn't find a teammate on the service though.
I think you look at Penn FC early on this year, and Aaron Dennis, who's available on the bench, made reference to it a couple weeks ago. Tough start for the group, tying a lot of games, but they felt like they were finding a rhythm, and that today was a big test for them. A scoreline aside, I really feel like Penn FC is playing a pretty decent match tonight, especially on the road against the Louisville side that's 5-0-0 at home this year. It's a clever run into the box. Heavy challenge, a slide from Osei. Osei is going to go into the book for this.
Tosh is having a struggle in the first 30 minutes of this game. And that just adds to his misery. He's really had a hard time finding a way to defend Apoko and Osei. And this one, he just gets completely upended. Osei gets the yellow card for his trouble.
And you can see what he was trying to do there. It's nothing malicious.
No, he saw the ball coming. He's a goal scorer. He wants to get it in the back of the net, and figured he'd just go through the back of Sean Tosh to do it.
Illich gets back to his feet. Illich laying it off. Brian Omby crossing. Everybody is skidding right now across that an additional grass insert that they put over the infield.
How about the effort from Tribbett, the captain? He's on the ground and tries to head the ball from his stomach to get it away from Illich.
Craig lost it to Metzger. Rasmussen, clever touch. Louisville 6 unbeaten. All competitions going back to a 2-match losing streak. Couple games in the Open Cup. Omby is offside. That goal does not count.
That was one heck of a strike.
Yeah.
James O'Connor doesn't understand it. He's right there. He's in line with the ball being played through.
Boy, I don't want to be a part of that conversation.
That was really, really close. Maybe Omby needs to trim his beard a bit. I thought he timed his run to perfection. think one of the reasons Penn struggled at the beginning of the season, they have so many skillful players who like to dribble the ball. If you're not sure about your teammates and you're going against opposition that are able to get your head down, it's a little bit more difficult to find players to pass the ball to. And if you're not sure of where your teammates are, or you don't trust your teammates yet, then the decision-making process that you have while you're dribbling the ball takes a little bit longer. I think now, with as far as we are into the season, I think the players for Penn have really started to figure things out and are able to beat a player and then find a teammate, which we've seen quite often tonight.
Ball for Omby snipped out, but Menjivar concedes back to Rasmussen. That return ball is walloped by Bond. Brought down by Craig. Kosana on his back. See Voss trying to get this game stretched out a little bit. Pulling his hands apart from one another. Del Piccolo with one of the goals of the year for Louisville City. Really well-worked effort in the 9th minute. Overcome. Goal in the opening 30 seconds from Penn FC. It's Bond now, previously with St. Louis. Used to that Kings Cup rivalry for Louisville City. Wonderful slide from the former Cardinal, Del Piccolo. Toes trying to split the defense.
And keeping a fairly high line, inviting those balls through the channels. So far, the back four have done a good job of thwarting any attempt from Lou City.
Oh, Poku again. The final product not quite there, but he's had a couple of dribbles that have been really awe-inspiring.
And a lot of players that can do that. Poku is certainly an illustration of how talented this Penn FC team are, but they do have to get that final product in the attacking third.
Want to get exclusive video content, photography from across the USL? Sure, you can follow the league's official Instagram account at USL Soccer. I just got you onto Twitter. I think Instagram's a big ask right now.
I thought I was doing pretty good getting signed up to Facebook, but I should try the Instagram account for the USL.
I think Matt Stubbington still has a MySpace. That's where I think this is leading.
I don't even know what you're talking about.
Yikes. Ownby. Rasmussen. Lifting a ball into the 18. Skied straight up. Kept alive. Jimenez. Ownby. Can he find a little space to pull the trigger? No. And Mohammed leads the charge. A little haphazard the counter. Breaks down through Smith.
Can't fault the commitment from the players of either team. Just flying into the challenges.
Rasmussen, leading ball. Drop back, Jimenez lets it through. Williams. Boy, Jimenez probably had a good chance to take that first time. And now Kosana leading the other way. He's got a goal already. Leading, Jose.
Just great imagination from Jimenez at the top of the box. He knew that Williams was there. Ball just was a little bit behind the hip of Williams. He wasn't able to put the shot in on target. Nice combination work there. Rasmussen.
But if there's one guy on the team that's going to get a goal in the run of play, Speedy was what, second to last season? Ball Lined over the top by Sana. Scored against Pittsburgh on a penalty last year. And then maybe Tarek Morad was the final field player to score.
I think you're right in that. Certainly in the position that he plays, that holding midfield position with Del Piccolo. It's more of a provider, getting the ball out wide.
Menjivar. Bond. Poku rising to try and snag it. Instead, the Jamaican Williams for Del Piccolo. Look at Ombi run. Great challenge. It's last off of Ombi. That's tremendous stuff from Mohammed.
Well, we said that both the teams are committed in the challenge. And now that isn't a throw into Lou City, I do not know. Take nothing away from the fact that it's a great sliding tackle from the defender, Mohammed. Both players just putting on the afterburners.
Ombi, amazingly, no goals, no assists this year. 7 goals, 4 assists last year. He's dealt with injuries, but he has chances. Ball slid away. Sana. But you can see the impact he's had.
It's just one of those players that you have to respect. Immense speed, talented on the dribble. And we've seen it in the US Open.
Oh, Poku, nothing there. And yes, to your point, in the Open Cup, he does have a goal. It's a really significant goal at that.
No, I mean, but you look back to last year and the US Open Cup, we know that he can finish. But the bottom line is that the opposition have to make sure that they respect Ombi, and that opens things up for Lou City because players tend to go and try and double down on Ombi, and he has the talent to find his teammates.
Sana for Muhammad, torn Achilles last year. Strong at this stage. And Jitsing bobbles, and Sana continuing still all the way through. Real tussle for that one.
Hawkins getting up into the attacking third, lays it off to Poku. Again, the service is not great from number 26. And Jetson does a decent job of getting that at the second time of asking.
Smith really plying his trade here, but Mohammed showing excellent strength. Craig slides in, the attack still on through Marco Franco. Williams. Oh, Poku able to keep it. Osei. Sana for Osei. Osei lobbing it up. Contact. No whistle. Osei's down. Ranjitsing may have gotten away with one. Raul Voss is beside himself.
I think he has a case. A trailing leg of Ranjitsing makes contact with Osei.
With all the talk of VAR, there is no VAR in USL this year, so we get this look. The refs do not. So it looks like Sawahi is clean in the back, and then it's Ranjitsing, obviously, who comes through.
Well, with that angle and the benefit of the slow-mo, I have to say that Mr. Belinsky made the right decision there. I thought in the run of play that it was the trailing leg of Ranjitsingh that hit the player. It almost looked like Osei didn't really go down under any contact.
Osei experienced playing in Ghana and Saudi Arabia. It's just his third appearance and first start Penn FC this year. And Kosana is still speaking with the referee.
Whether it was contact with Ranjitsingh or not, something certainly happened.
I think it's clear there's contact. It's just whether or not this is something that would deem a penalty. He does round the keeper there, doesn't he?
He does round the goalkeeper, but just in the run of play. Maybe the trailing leg of Ranjitsingh, the left foot, may have got him across the midriff. Oh. I'm wondering whether, as he went down, his right ankle rolled a little bit, and perhaps that is what the issue is.
Stoppage time brought to you by Sullivan University. 2 minutes, ball out in front, it's in! Illich again! His second of the game! And he stands in when Louisville needed him most. Goal presented by the Kentucky Lottery. They're fueling imagination, funding education, the Kentucky Lottery.
Another counterattack goal. Ball over the top from Tosh. It's played beautifully into Smith. Look at the header. A glancing blow. Goalkeeper thinks about coming, freezes. That's all that Illich needed to put it in with his right leg. Maybe not the cleanest of strikes, but he won't care. That is a huge moment for Lou City. Considering how Shorten Tosh has struggled defensively tonight, he's had a huge impact at the other end of the field.
Oh, Illich wants more. Ownby. Ownby dropping back. Williams. Asmussen. Played ahead Del Piccolo, and Menez demolishes one of the signs behind the goal off the deflection. Corner on the way. I'm not sure if I entirely got to this. Stoppage time brought to you by Sullivan University. There's 2 minutes of added time. That all happened so fast. Ownby. Jimenez clips it in. Header steered aside by Craig. And Penn FC will rush off to the locker room, having watched a goal in the opening minute turn into a 3-goal effort from Louisville, a 2-goal deficit at halftime. Slipped away so quickly, and this crowd all on their feet, Matt.
They're on their feet, deservedly so, and quite frankly, where did that first 45 minutes go? We're doing the stoppage time read for Sullivan University, and it caught me by surprise. I didn't realize we were so close to halftime. An exciting 45 minutes, a goal in the first minute, a goal in the last minute of the first half, and some real entertainment in between.
It's off to the locker room for all the parties. Referees playing a minimal role in this first half. It was the players on the field that proved stars. Kosana. First goal in nearly 5 years for Penn FC, but Louisville responds. The Medal of Champions. Plenty more coming up after this.
Coming back to Kentucky Speedway to defend all 3 titles won last year. July 12th through the 14th.
Register to win 4 tickets to this year's Quaker State 400 at your Kentuckiana Toyota dealers. With 2 winners drawn every week at each dealership. And check out all the new Toyotas, the official vehicle of Kentucky Speedway, including the best-selling Toyota RAV4. Lease this 2018 RAV4 with 0 due at signing for $279 a month. Toyota, let's go places.
Sales event is going on now at Commonwealth Dodge Ram. A new 18 Ram 1500 pickup, now just $21,988 or buy for $269 a month. A new 18 Ram Bighorn 4x4, discounted $12,000 off MSRP at Commonwealth Dodge Ram.
My family has a history of civil service, and when I was medically retired from the military, I knew that I needed to continue my service to this country. Through Sullivan University's paralegal program, starting this next chapter of my life has been easy. Enrolling and signing up for my classes has been simple, and all of their professors have been more than willing to work with me at every turn. Sullivan University is helping me continue my service to this country.
At Commonwealth Dodge Ram, get a new 2018 Dodge Journey for $16,988 or buy for $198 a month. A new 18 Grand Caravan, $22,988 or buy for $279 a month. Commonwealth Dodge Ram, right on Preston and always right on the price. Go to CommonwealthDodge.com.
Have a great business concept or invention but don't know how to turn it into something tangible? The U of L MBA program can teach you the business skills needed to turn a great idea into a great business. You'll be taught by faculty who are also serial entrepreneurs and investors and will gain great connections in the entrepreneurial community. If you're serious about taking your idea to the next level, visit uoflmba.com to learn more. Bring your business vision to life with an entrepreneurship MBA from the University of Louisville.
Welcome into tonight's halftime report. It's presented by your Kentucky Drive Chevy dealers. Find new roads. Slugger Field, you're looking just out in front of Scouse's house. Halftime between Lou City and Penn FC, and all those flags have a great international flair, and surely the World Cup going on this week drawing a lot of eyeballs. So too is the United 2026 bid, which FIFA has officially accepted. The U.S., Canada, and Mexico are going to host the World Cup in just 8 short years, Matt.
Oh, what a fantastic idea for the bid, and it's wonderful that it has been accepted as the official bid for 2026. So exciting for young kids around the country, waking up middle of the week, and hey, I might have a chance to play for my nation on home turf. It doesn't get any better than that.
How about that? And speaking of home turf, Lou City going to be playing in the U.S. Open Cup, the round of 16 this week. Some of the action already in the books, and for Lou City and Nashville, well, you're guaranteed a USL team in the next round, aren't you?
Well, from a league standpoint, that's really exciting. The fans might be a little bit on tenterhooks, wondering who's going to make it through to the next round. Both teams in the regular season claimed a 2-0 victory on their own home field, so will the home turf be kind to Lou City? We'll have to wait and see, but no matter what, it's going to be a really exciting game.
Naturally, for Louisville, concerns about injuries and their ability to stay healthy with so many games coming up. For Nashville, 10 games unbeaten. It's the longest streak in men's professional soccer in North America right now. Lebo Maloto, both goals back on Mother's Day. Now just past Father's Day, it's an important U.S. Open Cup match. Will he bring the same magic, or will Louisville continue their perfect run at home at Lynn Stadium? Plenty more coming up here from Slugger Field. You might wonder how USL games get to ESPN+. Here's a look behind the curtain.
We came here with a unique challenge, and that was to solve the problem of producing over 500 games and do so in a cost-effective way for the clubs, in a way that produced high-quality broadcasts and standardized the look and feel of all of those productions. Outside of the live event, the match experience, outside of that, the broadcast is the window into the brand for the club and for the league. You need to be able to capture that in a compelling way with a quality broadcast.
A large portion of the teams work with our partner Vista on REMI Productions, remote integration. What that means is that the production of the game is actually handled mostly away from site. So the way these games work is a truck will show up locally at the stadium. There'll be 4 camera operators there, and those signals are sent all the way here to Fort Lauderdale. And here locally at Vista, the game is cut. The game has graphics put on top of it. Replay is done here, and in many cases, the play-by-play is actually done on site here at Vista as well. So after the game is fully produced, we have a signal that goes to our partner ESPN Plus for US distribution. We have a signal that goes to YouTube for international distribution. And then for the teams that have an over-the-air local broadcast regional sports network deal, the signal is sent to their partners as well. So even for the games that aren't done with a Remy production, all games flow through Vista, and all those signals have to get sent out all over the world to reach the fans of USL. Because of those Remy productions, we'll oftentimes have 5 or 6 games going on at one time. Nobody is doing sports Remy productions on this level consistently.
We have built one of the largest Remy production models of any league in the world. And now we're able to deliver anywhere in the world to our partners at ESPN, fully produced matches from all over the country. We couldn't be more thrilled with the progress we've made and some of the innovative things now we're going to be able to start to bring into the broadcast moving forward.
Welcome back to tonight's halftime report. It's presented by your Kentucky Drive Chevy dealers. Find new roads. The sun is setting and finally the temperature cooling off a little bit in Louisville. Let's take a look at some scores from around the league. Our Commonwealth Credit Union roundup. It's been a busy one so far. Nico Brett, 2 goals for the Riverhounds. They lead New York Red Bulls 2 goals to nil. FC Cincinnati, couple goals. They're trying to keep pace atop the East, Matt.
Cincinnati have got to find a way to keep pace up the top, but it's also interesting to see the Riverhounds. They just keep on keeping on and find a way to get the job done. It's fantastic to see how successful they've been under the new coach, Bob Lilly.
And Indy 11, a 3-1 lead. That just into the second half of play. And Nashville, Louisville's opponent in the U.S. Open Cup, be coming up 8:30 p.m. tonight. So they're about to kick off. They set to kick off about 4 minutes time against North Carolina FC before they come on to Louisville. Speaking of the U.S. Open Cup, Louisville, Nashville on June 20th. Sacramento goes away. Los Angeles FC. And maybe the big shocker of the week, Patrice Carteron is gone now. He's gone to Ali in Egypt, one of the best teams in all of Africa. Rick Schantz has been named the head coach for the rest of the season in an interim capacity.
It's really surprising that Carteron is gone, and he really turned Phoenix season around last year and did a fantastic job leading the club. It'll be interesting to see how Rick Schantz continues going on. The team was able to win last weekend, so let's see if they can keep that going forward.
And maybe you're one of the million fans that's made it through the turnstiles. Maybe you're not. You still have a long way to go. It happens a month earlier than it happened a year ago, the 1 million fan mark in USL. Well, there's one of the fans, and yeah, I don't know. I'm not quite sure what all that means. It's Lou City 3, Penn FC 1. We've got more coming up from your Kentucky Drive Chevy dealers. Halftime after this.
Toyota is coming back to Kentucky Speedway to defend all 3 titles won last year. July 12th through the 14th. Register to win 4 tickets to this year's Quaker State 400 at your Kentuckiana Toyota dealers, with 2 winners drawn every week. And check out all the new Toyotas built in the USA, including Camry, official pace car of Kentucky Speedway. Lease this 2018 Camry now with 0 due at signing for $309 a month. Toyota, let's go places.
You know, I was excited to partner up with Baptist to do a training facility in Louisville.
We hired the right people to get the job done.
You can come here and hop into a group training, or if you want one-on-one training, we can focus on that. It's kids that want to develop and get some confidence to adults who are looking to join a class.
It caters to whatever you want to accomplish. Live, enjoy life, and just be healthy.
The spring sales event is going on now at Commonwealth Dodge Ram. A new 18 Ram 1500 pickup, now just $21,988 or buy for $269 a month. A new 18 Ram Bighorn 4x4, discounted $12,000 off MSRP at Commonwealth Dodge Ram.
Have a great business concept or invention but don't know how to turn it into something tangible? The U of L MBA program can teach you the business skills needed to turn a great idea into a great business. You'll be taught by faculty who are also serial entrepreneurs and investors and will gain great connections in the entrepreneurial community. If you're serious about taking your idea to the next level, visit uoflmba.com to learn more. Bring your business vision to life with an entrepreneurship MBA from the University of Louisville.
At Commonwealth Dodge Ram, get a new 2018 Dodge Journey for $16,988 or buy for $198 a month. A new 18 Grand Caravan, $22,988 or buy for $279 a month. Commonwealth Dodge Ram, right on Preston and always right on the price. Go to CommonwealthDodge.com.
My family has a history of civil service, and when I was medically retired from the military, I knew that I needed to continue my service to this country. Through Sullivan University's paralegal program, starting this next chapter of my life has been easy. Enrolling and signing up for my classes has been simple, and all of their professors have been more than willing to work with me at every turn. Sullivan University is helping me continue my service to this country.
Welcome back to tonight's halftime report. It's presented by your Kentucky Drive Chevy dealers. Find new roads. That's a highlight right there, isn't it, Matt?
Oh, it's a beautiful sunset, beautiful view in downtown Lou City.
A lot more beautiful views to look at. Let's start with Penn FC. This in the opening minute. It's a turnover in midfield. They were swarming at times, this Penn FC team. And ultimately, it gets upfield in the opening 45 seconds for a goal.
Well, Craig just didn't deal with the bouncing ball, but Kosana did. He put it in beautifully with the right leg. Strengthened the challenge, goes past Ranjit Singh and finds a way to keep his balance going to the ground and puts it in beautifully. Back line of Lou City just weren't on the same page, spread out as the ball was up in their attacking half and got caught on the counter-attack.
His last goal for Penn FC's had other stops along the way and a lot of goals. August 24th, 2013 against Charlotte Eagles. Well, you said it, anything you can do, I can do better. Turnover forced by Louisville. Ombi trying to keep this alive. Everybody's slipping to the ground, bodies everywhere. Paolo Del Piccolo, no mistake.
There was no slipping from Del Piccolo. I slipped on his name in the call in the first half, but he made no mistake. Illich with a beautiful layoff, finds his captain, and the captain finds the back of the net. An absolute rocket. The goalkeeper, Lewis, had no chance. And then we continue into the half, and Sean Tosh had a little bit of difficulty defensively, but on the attacking half, he had no problem. Beautiful service, downward header from Illich into the back of the net. Served on a platter, this one. Just looks up, weighs in the cross. The defense just lose Illich because of the movement of the forward. And he makes no mistake putting it in for the go-ahead goal.
That comes in the 12th minute, so 2 goals in 4 minutes. And Penn FC would try and find a response. This is going to ultimately doink off the tee, off the top of the crossbar.
You just see on Kosana just looked up, saw that Ranjit Singh was off his line, and tried to put it in the back of the net. And there's Illich again. He made no mistake. He looked up and saw where Lewis was. Lewis, the goalkeeper, you can see he just makes the decision now. Should I come? Slips on the surface. And the disappointment of the keeper as Illich puts it past him. This was set up by another good ball forward from Tosh. And then the lovely deft header from Smith to find Illich's teammate.
Illich's 63rd professional game. Those were goals number 9 and 10 of his professional career. It's his first professional brace, the man out of Young Harris, where he dominated all of Niall McCabe's old records, the poor guy. Here's the halftime stats. Matt, 3 shots on target, 3 goals for Louisville City. Just devastating.
I think that's going to do wonders for the conversion rate for Lou City. That's a great statistic right there. 74% passing accuracy for Lou City in the first half on 234 passes. Only 63% accuracy for Penn FC on 150 passes in the first half. That has to improve if they're going to find a way back into this game.
Just phenomenal stuff from Louisville City in the attacking end, and ultimately 0 saves. The goalkeepers so far. It's just been an absolute offensive show as the fans are still ready to go for this second half. They've headed off to the upper deck concourse for just a moment. How about we take a look at Vision Works, what to look for as we head into the second half of play, Matt?
Oh, it's important for the home team. Just keep your foot on the pedal. Don't rest on your laurels. Find a way to keep the keep on keeping on, but for the visitors, they have to have better service into the box. They're finding ways to get out wide. We've seen it from Ampoko, we've seen it from Ose, but the crosses just haven't been of the standard necessary to find a teammate. They have to do better.
Well, this Louisville City team hosted a sellout crowd at Lynn Stadium for the New England Revolution a couple weeks ago, standing room only. Got another great crowd tonight. Temperatures in the low 90s, hasn't kept anybody away. And Louisville still in the running for a triple crown of their own. Ultimately, a treble in domestic play is extraordinarily difficult to do. They're still alive in the Open Cup in the round of 16. They sit second place in the Eastern Conference trying to chase a regular season title, and they're looking to repeat their USL Cup championship. It's all positive right now for Louisville City despite a series of devastating injuries. They went down in the first minute tonight. They've responded with 3 goals. We head to the second half of play with an early handball against Speedy Williams, as this portion of tonight's broadcast is brought to you by Plainview Apartments. And Menjivar is the likely man. Lemko Sana's going to move behind the ball too.
City did a really good job of taking Menjivar out of the game in the first half. Didn't give him any time on the ball.
NFC looking for an early answer out of the locker room. It's chipped over the top and out altogether.
Unable to channel his inner Ronaldo. Put that one on target.
Yeah.
Maybe you'll wait till the 88th minute.
Yeah. Said the first 4 or 5 matches in this tournament had a goal in the final 15 minutes of the World Cup so far. And then the one that they couldn't find a goal was Argentina.
A game that they completely dominated. I can tell you, English fans are feeling rather better about the European Cup 2 years ago when they lost to Iceland, that the Icelandic nation were able to hold Argentina.
There's an incredible irony to the fact a lot of people felt like, why are they even here? Well, they've proven it already. Ball lobbed into the 18-yard box. Holmby trying to set the counter. Ball gliding by Rasmussen, goes shoulder to shoulder with Mohammed. Recovers the back heel for Holmby. Trailers coming, Illich sitting on a brace.
That was a really clever defensive header from the free kick that Menjivar sent in. Normally you'd see a header go up and out. In this case, it went down straight to the foot of Holmby and starts the counterattack for Lou City.
Puck toward Illich. Nodded back to Lewis. It's worth noting coming into the night, Louisville was 26th in the USL in conversion rate, 11%. 3 shots on target, 3 goals on the night. High hop, Ranjitsingh. That probably doesn't count as a save. It's on target. Opta will let us know at the end of the night.
Not sure whether Lewis will claim it as a shot or not.
Louisville's only allowed 8 goals all season long. One of the best marks in the USL. And to be honest, Greg Ranjitsingh, he's made some really nice saves. It's just he's not called upon to make standard saves on a regular basis. Those numbers are never going to look good for him behind this back line.
That's impressive also when you play 3 in the back. It speaks volumes of what those outside midfield players do defensively, and the importance of Williams and Del Piccolo in the center area of the pitch as well.
Won't be run over by Bond.
Those two players just anchor things so well in the center midfield position. Because quite often you'll see Tosh or Craig moving forwards on the attack as we do now in advance of Suahi. And that just stretches out the opposition even more.
Pressure coming. Craig in reverse. Jimenez. Return. Now showing off the speed. Ball out off Franco.
Jimenez had an argument there that he was impeded by Bond, but credit to Franco, beautiful sliding challenge.
Stepping through the pressure, Alexi Suahi, the rookie. And now Tosh. Ombi, room to run. Flag is up against Illich.
Just good vision going forwards. Just a little bit offside was Illich. The positioning of Smith on that far sideline, I thought he was going to be an option for the pass, but because he was there, the defender had to cheat out to stop that angled pass out to the right flank and allowed the attack through the middle to Ombi.
Wednesday was a historic day for soccer in North America. Members of FIFA voting to award the 2026 FIFA World Cup to the United bid, Canada, Mexico, and the United States. The World Cup returning to North America for the first time in 32 years. Promises to be the biggest sporting event the world has ever seen. Congratulations to the United bid. FIFA World Cup coming in 2026.
I was reading the BBC website. They said that the 1994 World Cup still boasts the highest average viewership per game as far as people, spectators in the stands, which I thought was pretty incredible.
And you think about it, no soccer-specific stadiums in that group. These are NFL palatial stadiums, 70, 80,000, that I would imagine in 8 years' time are all going to be sold out.
Just the fan base for the game in this country is huge. It's only going to continue to get bigger. And also travel to the United States is so much easier than to some other places. For example, you know, Russia is, we're looking at the World Cup now.
Well, interestingly, the United States bought the second most tickets of any country for the World Cup this year, behind, of course, the host nation, Russia. Now, it's like a 10-to-1 margin. The Russians overwhelmingly the most tickets, but the U.S. playing their part. Ownby trying to go around, being stiff-armed. Good physical work by Penn FC. The group that's turned the entire academy pathway to pro experience on its head. Instead of the pro team bringing along the academy, it's the academy team bringing along the pro team. As this ball flies out in front, Ranjitsingh will collect. You think about Rush Soccer on the whole, around for now 21 years, 35,000 members, 48 locations in the U.S., 36 internationally. You think about Kenny Tribbett, he played on Colorado Rush long before Harrisburg City Islanders transitioned to this Penn FC concept. It's one of the most unique in the country. I think the only one that can really make a similar argument is how St. Louis Scott Gallagher is intertwined with St. Louis FC. This ball back-heeled over to Craig and now to Ranjitsingh. It's a marvelous concept.
It's fantastic. And again, it just speaks volumes of how there are different ways to get into the game at this level and beyond. Because you have such a good league in the USL, you're not restricted to, you know, do I get to play in the first division or not? No, but I can earn a living at the second division and in front of some great fans and enjoy the game.
Very interested to see what this Penn FC roster is going to look like in 2-3 years' time. Ball lobbed along. Smith was onside. All the way back. Metzger will collect. Ball for Rasmussen, has to hold up. Rasmussen trying to sneak it through for Jimenez. It takes a deflection off Franco. Corner to Louisville.
Penn FC can be vulnerable to those balls played out wide through the inside channels there. Franco on this occasion did a good job.
Jimenez. Defensive header as far as Rasmussen. Williams. So he switched the point. Flag is down. Jimenez lofting. Tosh run out of real estate.
Not the best service on the corner kick, not the best service on the second phase of play from Jimenez. I'm used to saying that. Usually Mr. Reliable.
Brian Ownby will come off. Davis will come on, and I think part of this is Ownby coming back from injury in the grander scheme of things. But let's not forget, they've got a big game on Wednesday night, and Brian Ownby almost assuredly going to be called upon to start that game.
It's going to be a huge part of what will happen on Wednesday against Nashville. This is all part of the rotation and the management of the squad from James O'Connor. Ownby has put in a really good shift in the first 56 minutes of this match.
Substitution brought to you by Great Clips. It's going to be great. Brian Ownby to the bench. George Davis the fourth checking in. And to be frank, this is all the rotation that Louisville can afford to do right now. There just aren't enough players. Penn FC made 6 changes to their starting lineup from the game they played on Tuesday. Louisville doesn't have that luxury.
Small squad coming into the season. It just has been getting smaller and smaller for James O'Connor. And you and I have spoken to him many times, and he said, look, I'm sick of talking about injuries, guys, but it is a huge part of the adversity that they face this season.
And to take it a step further, we did ask, we had to ask, is there a change roster-wise that's coming? They have some practice players around, and they're looking for a loan rather than a permanent signing through the end of the year as it stands right now. James is keeping an eye on the market, but there's a reason that 20, 15, 10 goal scorers aren't laying around at this stage of the year as Osei comes off and Dennis comes on in the substitution brought to you by Great Clips. This ball finds the back post and gets knocked over the top.
Blue City continued to struggle with the bouncing ball. Tribbett coming in at the far post. Dangerous ball served in from the start of the attacking third for Penn FC. And the captain coming in at really late under a head of steam. He scored 2 goals 2 matches ago. Called for a foul there, somewhat ticky-tack, but running into Tribbett.
Yeah, you think about Ilya Illich, and we mentioned it's his first pro brace. His goals 9 and 10 in just short of 70 career appearances, all with Louisville City. And I think sometimes we forget that out of Young Harris, 2015, when this team was kicking off for the first time, he was a trialist. He's never had more than 600 minutes in a season. And James O'Connor always told us, well, if he gets a run of games, it just hasn't happened. It was Matt Fondy or Chandler Hoffman or Cam Lancaster or Luke Spencer. It's always somebody, and maybe this is a chance for Ilya Illich to break out.
He's certainly broken out tonight. Look at both sides. Onkosana has made the most of his opportunity for Penn FC.
Franco, and it's off the post. It's M. Cosano again. Matt Stubbington just checked his crystal ball, and he shakes up the 8 ball, and it says, not this time.
Another flighted ball in. Franco coming up from the right back position, leaning to his right, willing the ball to kiss off the upright into the back of the net. Ranjit Singh is thankful that it kisses the other side and goes out for the corner.
I haven't seen a lot of M. Cosano yet. He hadn't scored in 600 minutes this year. He looks just fantastic tonight. Menjivar for Tribbett. Caught. Ranjit Singh dives out of the net, ball in tow.
He's a tall ball, is Tribbett. He comes in. How he's able to get his head on this. Everybody for Lou City is watching the ball. They're not following the run. You've got to find a way to watch both the ball and the player.
Menjivar for Aaron Dennis. This portion of tonight's game brought to you by Luna Azul Tequila. They're the official tequila of Lou City. Illich trying to drag his run. The flag was up. It was George Davis, the 4th, curled behind the back line from the near side flank.
Wonderful skill from Del Piccolo. Finds Rasmussen. If Rasmussen could have switched the point of attack. See, Illich was actually on sides. And that would be asking too much for any player to stop the ball on a dime and go and pass the ball through 5 white shirts of Penn FC.
Somewhere Jonathan Tellicher is working on his Emmy reel with these replays, we should note, off the offside cam. Speedy starting it the other way for the men in purple. Illich sidestepping. Mohammed goes down. Well, it's advantage. Dennis. Dennis cutting toward the byline. That run upended. Paco Craig just acted as his shadow all the way to the touchline.
Just great technique defensively. Stayed on his toes.
Franco plays it low, back heel, it's in! And Cosano's had a wonderful night. He's got his 2nd. And Penn FC right back in it. And that bit of skill is just jaw-dropping.
I was singing his praises that he was on his toes, Paco Craig, and playing well defensively. And then he gets on his heels, gets beaten. Ball goes to Franco. He plays it into that near post area. And what a flick from M. Cosano. And that's one of those as a goalkeeper, you just shake your head and say, well played, sir.
That was phenomenal.
It was a wonderful piece of skill, a wonderful piece of imagination. But the pace it went into the back of the net from the flick. And a lot of it was the pace on the cross from Franco into that dangerous near post area. And Cosano is across the face of the goalkeeper, so hard to track as a defender. Even on the slow motion, Mike, I'm not even sure how that ball was flicked off of his foot, but it matters not. It's in the back of the net.
Native of Zimbabwe is a Dartmouth boy. That was all done upstairs. That's all mental math. Goodness gracious, what a phenomenal performance by a guy who, in now his 10th appearance, hadn't scored yet. He's had some amazing goal-scoring seasons, including here in Harrisburg, 20 goals in 38 games played in his first 2 years, and then he went away to the New York Cosmos and away to the Tampa Bay Rowdies. Came back this year, the timing was right, and he's having his coming out party away to Louisville right now. Louisville trying to find a way to rotate here That means Paolo Del Piccolo, who scored the first goal on the Louisville comeback trail, comes off. And it's Niall McCabe who comes on. It's a substitution that's brought to you by Great Clips. It's going to be great.
Interesting to see where McCabe fits into the picture. Doesn't normally play in the middle area of the pitch.
Tribbett for Dennis. Franco. Franco, a line drive. Cosano went after it. Keeping this in play still. Strong stuff from Opoku. This will come all the way to Greg Ranjitsingh. This is going to sound a little off kilter given the last goal scored, but you can keep up to date with all the best social media from around the league. Kelsey Steele hosts Off the Post every Friday through the league's Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram feeds. Mkosana. Save Ranjitsingh. He knocks it aside. Mkosana looking for his hat trick crowning goal.
He's in the zone, Mkosana. There was nobody around him. Fine save from Ranjitsingh. Swahili just backing off, never closes down. And Ranjitsingh, beautiful footwork, sets himself, powerful dive. Turns it around the upright. Penn FC are unable to do anything from the ensuing corner kick.
The results here in Louisville all time between these teams, and it's not a lengthy list. 3 games, 4-0 Louisville, 1-1 draw, 5-0 Louisville. Louisville went away to FMB Field and played maybe their worst game of the season last year. Penn FC had a lot to do with that. You don't play 11 against 0. Really struggled in Harrisburg. Maybe you could argue that final road swing through Canada and Rochester was the equivalent in terms of poor play right before the playoffs. But Penn FC has had a response tonight. Team on a 2-game win streak and a group that finally feels, Matt, just a semblance of confidence under a new coach and a new brand and a lot of new faces on the roster.
They've been doing really well, and we said right at the start that they've been playing with confidence and been successful recent times.
Mkosana for Metzger, the former New York Red Bull. Mkosana making his run into the box. Ball sent out in front. Craig, desperate defending. Knock it away. It's Metzger again. Spent a couple years at New York Red Bulls too. Won a championship with them after being drafted 2015 by DC United. It's Menjivar. Well, what is it about Penn? Is it just simply one player having his night, or is there more to it?
Well, right now there's more to it. Lou City look like they're pretty gassed. They're dropping off deeper and deeper defensively, allowing Penn FC time and space on the ball. Del Piccolo going out. Looks like Rasmussen has joined Williams in the middle area of the pitch. Somehow, some way, the front three have to find a way to get hold of the ball for Lou City. Well, the final 20 minutes of this match is going to take an awful long time for the home fans.
By the way, I hadn't noticed this. I can't imagine there's been another time where Ilya Illich has worn the captain's armband. Longest tenured member of the club. It makes sense. All out in front. Opoku and Kosana slides to ground. Illich goes to ground. Serbian U19s. This the best year number 14's career. Guy who a couple games ago against Atlanta in stoppage time, talking to James O'Connor about it, They earn a penalty in the final minute, and he points to his chest and he said, "I'm taking it." And we asked James if there's a list of who goes first, and he goes, "If you want it, it's all yours." Illich is that kind of guy. Franco still down and being attended to.
And not only did he want to take it, but the manner in which he put the ball in the back of the net. Whew. It was a world-class penalty kick, upper 90, with power. And that player right there, Franco, has been a huge part of why Penn FC, I knew I was going to say Penn State at some point tonight, drive into the game. I said, don't say it, don't say it. Well, I did it.
Yeah.
Penn FC, he's a huge part of why they've gotten back into this match. He's been flying up and down this right flank in the second half. It was his service, and Kasana put into the back of the net, that deft little flick.
Franco's a former first-round MLS draft pick. Started 30 games with Indy 11 last year, the NASL. Came over to Penn during the offseason. He really has played well. Menjivar chipping. Swahi's got distance to cover. Tosh. You can see Pat McMahon waiting to make his move into the game. Now McCabe trying to get in behind. Good stuff from Franco. Not his first rodeo. Rasmus in a pocket of space. Mohammed. Swahi. Rasmussen. Interesting to see how Magnus Rasmussen plays in the center mid role. He's primarily played as a winger. As the fourth couldn't thread the needle. Here comes M. Kosana. Lining it up the left-hand side. Metzger making his run. Davis, the fourth, stuck in to get the ball back for Lou City.
I think the center mid role for Rasmussen could be a good position for him. His technical abilities and his vision, he's a pretty good passer of the ball. To work on his defensive responsibilities, he's a little slow to recover, but he's worked hard in the front three for Lou City tonight, so fatigue is probably a factor at this point.
McCabe was wide open on the near touchline, arm extended, and didn't get seen there. Jimenez snaking the ball toward the corner. Smith met by Opoku. Rasmussen will have a go. Change on the way. Swahi's number is on the board. Rookie out of Bowling Green State. He checks out. McMahon is on. It's a substitution brought to you by Great Clips. It's going to be great. Pat McMahon could use a visit. Or not. Sal Barone comes on for Penn FC. M. Kosana tonight. Wow, what a performance.
I don't think he wanted to come out. He was feeling it tonight. I'd have been tempted to keep him in if I was Raul Voss. It was definitely, he seemed like he was in his zone. I like the substitution for Lou City, though, bringing on the experience of McMahon, the fresh legs to help out Tosh and Craig in that back line. That was a great decision from James O'Connor. Might be a little bit tempted to switch Davis IV and Rasmussen. Davis coming off of the bench, a fresher player, will be able to help Williams a little bit more in the center mid position.
Williams, Rasmussen trying to cut through. Illich trying to lob. Keeps possession. Regurgitated right back to him. Nearing the final quarter hour, Penn FC scores in the opening minute. Louisville responds with goals in the 9th, in the 12th minute. And then a goal in first half stoppage time from Illich for the brace. Penn FC a goal in the second half, and Kosana a brace of his own. Matt Stubbington alongside Mike Watts from Louisville Slugger Field in Kentucky. Temperatures falling into the mid-80s now gracefully for the players that have had to go the distance. Penn FC looks to a road trip to, yeah, it doesn't get any easier, Tampa Bay Rowdies. And Louisville at home next for starting a road swing of their own. Home against Nashville on the 20th of June at Lynn Stadium in the Open Cup, and then away to North Carolina and host Pittsburgh on Wednesday the 27th.
That would be a really good game between Lou City and Pittsburgh. For Penn going down to Tampa, we talked about Lou City's home record. The Rowdies are normally really good in St. Pete.
They both had 11 wins last year, most of any team at home. Cincinnati is up 4-0. Ledesma scored twice, Badawi and Koenig. So Cincinnati, as it stands, will be 7 points up on Louisville. 4 games in hand, but if Louisville can keep this result, be back to 4 up, 3 games in hand for Lou City.
There's 4 or 5 players today that have got 2 goals in their games.
Player of the week this week is just going to be a total bloodbath. Davis the fourth. McCabe is well offside. Tribbett. Opoku. Dennis. Nico Brett has scored twice on the day. Justin Braun for Indy 11 has scored twice. And Kosana and Illich in this game alone.
Pretty surprised if we don't see a couple of goals from this match in the running for goal of the week. And Kosana goal and Del Piccolo's effort. Let's continue to struggle on that turf from the infield area.
Flag is up against Illich in his pursuit of a hat trick. Change on the way. It's Prince Buffol set to make his move onto the field. And enough for Salih Mohammed, who in midfield did a lot of dirty work tonight.
Mohammed played well. Really, a game as competitive as this, players that have come off, they've done a really good job and played well. Both coaches just trying to get some fresh legs on the park, see if they can find a way to put this one to bed if you're Lou City, or find a way to tie it up if you're Penn.
All 6 subs have made their move now, so this is the 22 that should finish the game. Slide from Craig was on point. Dennis bounces out for Franco. And now Jake Bond. native of O'Fallon, Missouri, outside St. Louis. This hit on the ground and never truly made it difficult for Ranjitsingh.
Ranjitsingh not happy with the outfield players. Wants them to pay attention, close down, don't allow those shots from distance. Trying to rally the troops. So important to do as a goalkeeper. Communication is key.
NFC came in the 15th ranked scoring team out of 16 in the East. Now 2 of their 14 goals scored on the night. Louisville City, not all that much better. 14 goals, 19th in the league between the 2 conferences. They've put down 3 on the evening, all in the first half, a rarity for them. Group that so often scores late. One more could put it away. Put Penn FC back into the driver's seat for a late result.
Penn FC are redressing the balance as far as the possession is concerned. Louisville still holding the advantage of 56% to 44% in the game, but in the second half, Penn FC certainly in the last 10 minutes or more, increasing their number dramatically as Lou City just drop off more and more defensively.
It was about 60-40 maybe 5-10 minutes ago. Kept in at the far touchline. 2 runners coming. Angling. Ball hops a couple of times. Baron. 3 in the box, and Tosh hops the ball out of play. Hawkins for Buffo. Hawkins dragging the defender. Well, you can begin to sense the fans in the stadium taking each individual clearance as its own little victory. Ball played through, and maybe a chance now. Opoku caught by Ranjitsingh. It wasn't quite wide enough. Find one of the Penn FC runs.
On that play there and the play a few moments ago, the defenders for Lou City did really well not to give up a penalty kick. Opoku running across the face of Jimenez. Oscar just able to do enough to curtail his movement, not to clip the ankles.
Jimenez.
A shot of desperation there from Jimenez. Thuds into the chest of Tribbett.
George Davis, the 4th. Plays it through. Illich is offside. Well, Lewis does not have a win yet this year. It's his 4th appearance of the season. 26-year-old native of Michigan. Tosh has to play this. Jimenez, dangerous stuff now. Racing into the area, and a chance. It's in! Buffo levels it for Penn in the 84th minute. It's his 1st of the year, and they've climbed the mountain to level it at Slugger.
Tired minds make mistakes. And Lou City FC have been tired for the last 10 minutes. Jimenez trying to find Williams. The pass goes astray. McMahon's on his heels. Ranjitsingh can't get his legs closed quickly enough. It goes between them. Buffon, strong in the challenge, puts it into the back of the net, and dismay for the home fans. Dismay for the boys in purple. But joy for Penn FC.
7 goals allowed in 11 games coming into the night. In USL play, they allow 3 to Penn FC. Buffon in the 84th, Mkosana in the 1st and the 63rd. All of a sudden, Louisville, who built up a 2-goal lead right before halftime, back on their heels.
It might be the shot of adrenaline that Lou City need to finish this game. There's going to be stoppage time. There's been some injuries. There's been some substitutions in this second half. The question is, does the home team go all out for the win? Does Penn FC just settle for the point on the road to the defending champions?
Lopoku, he switched the point. Buffon forcing his way in again. Ricochets twice. Ranjitsingh is on the right side of history here, gets to let it out. Watch highlights every game of the 2018 USL season. Bonus content from around the league just by subscribing to the league's official YouTube channel, youtube.com/USL. Opoku. That's a loud screech, not a whistle. Play on. Well, if you're Louisville in this position, where's your mind, Matt?
Frustrated is the answer to that. I know they've let this one slip, but they were getting caught so far deep defensively. They were inviting the tying goal, to be quite frank. I think with the competitive nature of this team, it wouldn't surprise me to see them find a way to get some attacks going as this match winds down. So I think that
a little bump on Dennis. Tosh, heavy touch, slides it away. Jimenez can't keep it. Now Penn off to the races again. Opoku serving toward the back post. Oh, Smith. Now for a look back at a key shot presented by Family Allergy and Asthma. If allergies are making you miserable, allergy shots from Family Allergy and Asthma might do the trick. Visit FamilyAllergy.com. Quite close there from Del Piccolo.
fine effort with the left foot, but not as fine as the one that went into the back of the net. The captain leading the way.
Oh, in the 9th minute. Turn this whole thing around. It looked like Penn FC had Louisville's number from the outset. A goal in the 1st minute. Rasmussen couldn't corral it. Well, Voss trying to get his team motivated here down the stretch. NFC with a win could move up to 5th place if other results go their way. Top 8 make the playoffs. There's a long way to go, but in June, it'll be quite the position for a group that finished 11th last year. Barone trying to sneak by Smith, plays it in front, got by Dennis. If Dennis hits that one time, it could be in. And now the counter's on. McCabe, pocket picked. And Opoku backing into the attacking third, puts it on his left. Still more for Metzger as we enter the 90th minute. Penn out shooting Louisville 9-2. Outscoring them 2-0 in the second half. Opoku. Barone can't spin through. And now Rasmussen tags it wide. Davis the fourth. Purple wave lining up the field. Nearing stoppage time. Rasmussen lost the handle. Two-game winning streak on the line for Penn. They've won 3 of their last 4, 4 of their last 7. Early season struggles in the rearview mirror, and they very much put themselves on the map tonight. Outstanding performance away to Louisville. Ball lined ahead, and out to Speedy Williams. 4 minutes of stoppage time are brought to you by Sullivan University.
Almost feel the groan from the home fans. That 4-minute board goes up. Knew there was going to be at least 3 with the substitutions. The City just have to dig deep.
Franco's
been a huge part of the difference for Penn FC in this second half. He's been going forwards a lot more than he did in the first 45 minutes. And that's put Jimenez under a lot of pressure, and Craig under a lot of pressure.
Dennis to ground, free kick. Paco Craig the foul. Penn FC with some vaunted real estate.
He looked to his left, sold the pass. And Craig just clumsy there on the challenge. Very high as he went into the back of Dennis. Easy call for referee Belinsky.
It'll be Menjivar with his right or Buffo with his left. The 24-year-old Ghanaian, his first goal with the club. Buffo punched away Ranjitsingh, keeping Buffo from a brace. The follow is headed towards the concourse.
Fine save from the goalkeeper. It took a deflection on the way through. It was a powerful shot. Ranjitsingh was already in his dive. He had to adjust his arm.
Ball over the top, flag is up. It won't count for Illich. Well, Penn FC almost had the answer in stoppage time.
Fine save. It deflects off of the wall. McKay putting his foot up, almost beats his own goalkeeper. From that angle, you see how Ranjitsingh dives forwards. Beautiful technique. So many young goalkeepers will dive sideways and backwards, and eventually they'll deflect the ball into their own net, but because of the good technique of Ranjitsingh and a strong right arm, he was able to punch it out of the danger area. Beautifully done.
Well, you'll want to tune into this one on USL Classic over on ESPN Plus, I suppose. This has been something else. Louisville without their top 2 strikers, 3 goals on the night. Penn FC getting goals from 2 players with no goals on the season to match. 3 goals apiece. That's the final minute of stoppage time. Well, chance now for Louisville to get forward. Heavy touch. Smith gives chase. That'll go out for a throw, and it looks like Louisville will have the last opportunity if they can hold on. Make something of this. George Davis touching through. Kicked away Tribbett. This all the way to the touchline. It did get out. It's a throw for Louisville, final seconds. Louisville 5-0-0 at home this year. Their perfect record at Slugger Field on the line. The crowd willing them on in these final seconds. The referee, whistle in mouth. It's full time. Penn scores in the first minute. 3 unanswered from Louisville before the half. And Penn FC responds with too late to level the match at 3 apiece.
You ask your players to leave it on the field, and you can just look at the reactions of all of those players that are on the pitch. Hands on knees, both teams. Total commitment, total entertainment. What a fantastic game.
Penn FC with an incredible performance on the road, continuing this torrid run, and this clearly their best match of the year. Their wins against subpar competition below the playoff line, but this draw is big a wind in their sail as they've seen over these last couple of seasons on the road. As Louisville go into the Open Cup off a 3-3 draw and 7 unbeaten. A look at tonight's Toyota move of the game. Let's go places. Before you get some autographs, maybe you should take a look at this. It was Ilya Illich, his second goal of the game, and it proves to be a goal that gives Louisville the 3-3 margin.
It was a wonderful ball over the top from Sean Tosh, but it was that little header from Smith, the glancing blow that finds Illich moving into the near post area. Wasn't the cleanest of touches, but it was an important touch, and it goes into the back of the net for his second of the night.
Gorgeous night at Slugger Field. The fans will head home, clearly entertained. Some will certainly be disappointed. Penn FC comes from Harrisburg and picks up a point on the road to move them to the edge of playoff position. We'll wrap this one up when we return. The final score from Slugger Field, Louisville City FC 3, Penn FC 3.
Feeling powerful, feeling comfortable, feeling safe, feeling summer in the aggressively sophisticated Toyota Highlander. Now during Toyota's Feeling Summer sales event, get a just announced $1,000 cash back on a new 2018 Highlander. Or lease one with 0 down payment, 0 security, 0 first month's payment, 0 do-it signing for just $349 a month. That's $349 a month with 0 do-it signing. Feel it at your Toyota dealer today. Toyota, let's go places.
Our GE appliances come with a, you can't choose your neighbors, but you can choose your premium finish.
Ooh, you got the black stainless. Sweet, thanks. I need your help with the backsplash.
There are lots of ladies that miss Phoenix.
Oh, that's nice, sweetie. Maybe something stone or...
3 pizza guys just showed up. Now the pizza guys just took off their shirts.
Most premium finishes, so you have the most choices. Another way we make good things for life.
At Dr. Mark Leonard Associates, I focus on taking care of my family, but I also focus on taking care of your family. We firmly believe that you've got to give back. Our primary goal is to do what's right for the patient. If that means glasses, contacts, or treating an eye condition, we will be sure you get the care that you need. We want to take care of you the same way we take care of all our family.
This is our family. And here at Dr. Mark Linden Associates, we're focused on your family, the community, and most importantly, your vision.
Great atmosphere tonight. Even better performance from players that leave the field utterly exhausted. Well, certainly the fans gave theirs as well. It's a great crowd at Slugger Field. They file out having seen a Lou City Penn FC draw 3 goals apiece. As we take a look at full-time highlights with Matt Stubbington, Mike Watts at full-time, and boy, Penn FC in the first minute, you don't dream of starts like this.
You don't dream of starts like this. It was a turnover right at the start of the attacking third for Lou City. Craig steps up but doesn't judge the bounce. Casano does judge the bounce. He runs onto the ball, dribbles it through the defense, has strength, has poise, puts it past Ranjetsingh.
Don't call it lucky. It's his first goal of the year. Emko Sana, who was such a great goal scorer for the City Islanders in years past, coming away with what would be a huge momentum swing early. But Louisville would have an answer, and it would seem like this was all going to fall apart, if not for Paolo Del Piccolo and a fantastic finish in the 9th minute.
It's a fantastic finish. It started with Ombi's work, getting the intercept, getting into the attacking third, and then the heads-up play from Millers, checking back to the ball, sees the captain coming, And boy, does he put his left foot through the back of that ball.
8th different goal scorer for Louisville City on the year of their 17 goals on the season in league play. Right before halftime, there's Ilya Illich. It's his second. Make it his first, I should say. This makes it 2-1.
It was a wonderful goal. Look at the little spin move there from Illich. Wrong foots the defender, Jake Bond. Opens up the space. The cross was sublime from Sean Tosh. And on the dime was Illich putting it into the back of the net. This one almost found the back of the net. Look at Cosano just feeling it tonight. Looks up, sees Ranjitsingh cheating forward, and has a go.
Could have been 2-2, and well, there's the goal right before halftime. Illich with his first pro brace.
Another great service into the box from Tosh. Weighted in beautifully. The movement from Smith, the deft header, that's what set that up and made it look very easy, did Illich.
Only the second assist this year for Smith, 4th goal of the year for Illich. Well, Sana drills that off the post. You said he was in a zone. He really was all night.
He was. His movement all over the pitch. He worked hard defensively. He worked hard offensively as well. And this was his second goal of the game. Paco Craig gets caught on his heels, and this play in the defense. And there was a great service from Franco. He was a difference maker in the second half of Penn FC. And what about that skill to finish that effort for Cosano? And Lou City, as the game was winding down, got exhausted, got some tired minds going, some tired legs, and Jimenez with the missed pass, trying to find Williams. In the end, finds Buffo, and he's strong in the challenge and puts it into the back of the net. But he wasn't done. Great save, Ranjitsingh, off of the deflection from McCabe from the wall. Keeps the score tied as time winds down, 3-3. Great effort from the home team. Great effort from the visitors. But just a fantastically entertaining game. Penn FC, they really stepped up to the plate in the second half. They dominated possession in the second half, and only 2 shots for the home team in the second 45 minutes.
And Matt, surely both these teams go to the locker room just completely exhausted. Hot, humid day in Louisville, and they both, you said it as soon as the game ended, left it all on the field, didn't they?
They definitely did, and that's all you can ask as a coach, is try your hardest and do your best, and both teams did that. But the boys in purple, I think they feel that they let one get away tonight.
So full time, it finishes 3 goals apiece. Penn FC next on the road at Tampa Bay. For Louisville City, they are next playing at home in the U.S. Open Cup. A chance to reach the quarterfinal. Play Wednesday, June 20th at Lynn Stadium, home of the University of Louisville Cardinals. 7 p.m. Eastern time against Nashville. 3rd all-time meeting between the two sides. And, well, the winner may be the last standing from USL, as only Sacramento out west remains. They'll go on the road to LAFC. So Louisville comes away with a draw in this one. A first-minute goal from Lucky Mkosana, another in the 63rd, and Buffo in the 84th, but it's 3 unanswered before halftime. Illich in the 12th and in first-half stoppage, and El Piccolo in the 9th to finish on level terms. For producer Andrew Firestein, Brian Navarro, Jonathan Tellicher, and Matt Stubbington alongside, this is Mike Watts saying thanks for watching. Final score, Lou City 3, Penn FC 3. Good night.
This copyrighted telecast of the United Soccer League may not be retransmitted, rebroadcast, or reproduced without the express written consent of the United Soccer League.